Emil Zátopek was born in Koprivnice, Czechoslovakia, back in 1922. Life wasn't easy back then. Times were tough. Young Emil was one of 7 kids in his family. He learned the meaning of hard work from a very young age. But even though things were hard, there was a spark inside him. When he was 16, Emil started working at a shoe factory. His boss, a man who believed in pushing yourself, encouraged everyone at the factory to join a local running race. Emil wasn't sure at first, but the challenge excited him. He put on his running shoes and gave it a try. That day, something changed inside him. He came in second. He knew he could do even better. Emil wasn't a natural runner, though. He didn't run smoothly. He ran with a determined look on his face, showing how hard he was trying. People thought his style was strange, even ugly. They called him the Czech Express and the human locomotive. But Emil didn't care what people thought. He ran with all his heart. He trained all the time, pushing his body as hard as he could. He ran in the snow, in the rain, even when it was dark. He chased his dreams with every step, showing that if you work hard, you can overcome anything. The awkward kid from Koprivnice was becoming Emil Zátopek, the runner. The 1952 Helsinki Olympics. The whole world watched as Emil Zátopek stepped onto the track. He was already known as a runner who never gave up. But the Helsinki Olympics would truly test him. He entered 3 races, the 5,000 meters, the 10,000 meters, and the marathon. The 5,000 meters came first. Emil ran fast, his unusual style exciting the crowd. He ran against tough competitors, pushing himself harder and harder. He crossed the finish line first, a gold medal, his first Olympic gold. Next, the 10,000 meters. Emil, excited from his win, ran even harder. He was the best in the race, leaving everyone else behind. Another gold medal. The world was amazed. Then the marathon. Emil had never run a marathon before. It was something completely new, but he wasn't afraid. He took on the challenge with the same toughness and determination that had gotten him this far. He ran through the streets of Helsinki, never giving up, and he won 3 gold medals, something no one had ever done before. Emil Zátopek had become an Olympic legend. Emil Zátopek didn't just run, he trained like a scientist doing an experiment, using his own body to test his ideas. He always tried new things, looking for ways to get better. He came up with his own training methods, which were just as unusual as his running style. He believed in pushing his body to the max, making it tired and then making it stronger. He ran in army boots, in deep snow, even carrying his wife on his back. He did interval workouts, running really fast for a short time and then resting long before anyone else was doing that. He didn't mind pain. He thought it meant he was working hard. Why should I run slowly? He would ask. To feel good. I already feel good. I want to run fast and see how much pain I can handle. His training was really hard, even painful, but it worked. It made him a champion. Zatopek's training wasn't just about his body. He knew that being strong in your mind was important too. He trained his mind to handle pain and keep going even when he was tired. He pictured his races in his head, getting ready for any challenge. He believed that real strength comes from inside. Behind every great man, there's a great woman. For Emil, that woman was Dana. They met while running, 2 athletes brought together by their love of sports. Dana was a great athlete too. She threw the javelin and even won an Olympic gold medal. They got married in 1948 and their love story is just as inspiring as their athletic achievements. Dana was more than just Emil's wife. She was his training buddy, his friend and his biggest fan. She understood his drive, his need to push himself. They trained together, helping each other be the best they could be. Dana even started using some of Emil's unusual training methods. They were true partners and their love for each other made them even better athletes. Their love wasn't just about sports. They had a deep connection, a bond that went beyond their athletic achievements. They supported each other through good times and bad times, through wins and losses. Their love showed the power of shared dreams and always being there for each other. The year 1968, big changes were happening in Czechoslovakia. It was called the Prague Spring. People wanted freedom and democracy. Emil Zátopek, the national hero, the symbol of Czech strength, he also spoke up. He spoke against the communist government, even though it was dangerous. He stood with the students, the writers, the people who dreamed of a better future. But the Soviet Union sent tanks, stopping the changes and silencing the people. Zatopek was called a traitor. He lost his job in the army and all his awards. He was sent to the countryside to do hard labor, very different from his life as a champion. He was questioned and threatened. His Olympic medals, once a source of pride, now made him an enemy. But even though things were bad, Emil Zátopek didn't give up. He stayed true to his beliefs, his belief in freedom, his love for his country. He kept going, never losing hope. The Berlin Wall came down. The Iron Curtain disappeared. Communism ended. Czechoslovakia was free again. And Emil Zátopek, the forgotten hero, was remembered. People welcomed him back, recognizing his sacrifices and his bravery. He got his army job back and his awards too. The Czech Republic, finally free, saw the true champion he was, both on and off the track. Later in his life, Zatopek traveled the world, sharing his story and inspiring new athletes. He talked about working hard, never giving up, and always following your dreams. He became a symbol of hope, showing how strong the human spirit can be. He received the Pierre de Coubertin Medal for his contributions to the Olympics. He was named an Athlete of the Century, his place in sports history secure. Emil Zátopek, once silenced, finally had his voice heard again. In 1966, Ron Clark, a runner from Australia, visited Czechoslovakia. He was a world record holder, an amazing athlete. He met his hero, Emil Zátopek. The two runners, both legends, became friends, even though they came from different countries and believed in different things. His humble home in Prague served as a hostel of sorts for athletes from around the world. The Australian Ron Clark, who was a great runner with terrible luck, was one of those visitors. Ron admired Emil greatly and wanted to join his idol in the record books, but repeatedly fell short of reaching his dream. After a two-day visit, Emil handed Ron a package, a small gift, as he was leaving. On the plane home, Ron opened the package to discover that Emil had gifted him his 1952 10,000 M gold medal, engraved with the day's date and Ron's name. After all, as Emil said, great is the victory, but the friendship of all is greater. It was a way of showing support from one athlete to another. The gift meant a lot to Ron Clark. It showed the power of sports to bring people together. Emil Zátopek was more than just a runner. He was a symbol of courage, determination, and the strength of the human spirit. He taught us that we can do anything if we work hard and never give up. He showed us how important it is to push ourselves and try new things. He was a man who stood up for what he believed in, even when it was dangerous. He went through tough times, but he never lost hope. He came through the darkness, showing how resilient people can be. Emil Zátopek's legacy goes far beyond running. He inspired many athletes to chase their dreams with the same passion he had. But even more importantly, he taught us about courage, resilience, and standing up for what's right. He was, and still is, a true champion, both on and off the track.